Hello and welcome to another episode of A Bright Side, a rainy episode from Bristol. Today we are going to have lunch on a very special ship, so let's go check it out. Always do like to point out a good anchor. No information placards about what ship they're from. Pretty cool. We have made it to the SS Great Britain. As you can see her stern just popping out there in the Great Western Dockyard. Now this is a ship I have never visited, obviously, because I've never been to Bristol. I've always wanted to go on board this museum ship. This is for me a bucket list thing, so I can't wait to get on board. Okay, that wind has really picked up. There's the man himself. Isambard Kingdom Brunel, great engineer. Worked all the way around the country. Right, okay, it's freezing, let's get in. Right, there it is. Welcome to Brunel's SS Great Britain. Let's head in. Shelley's just checking the information on her emails on her phone. We have prepaid for this, so I'm assuming that we will just go that way in a minute as opposed to the desk. Evidently there is a shop here. We will pick up a couple of items here, definitely a fridge magnet and some sort of information book. We will come back via the gift shop because, like I've just stated, there are a few things that we want to pick up. The staff here are very, very nice, and in fact they did compliment me on my Brunel style sideburns, and he did say keep up the good work, so I'm very pleased with that. But yeah, it looks like a few little bits and pieces that we will browse through later on. And as part of our ticket, we can kind of come and go all day as we want. We can go in, we can come back out, we can, as long as we just show our tickets, we can come in and out, come back out for a cup of coffee and whatnot. So yeah, good. Just here by the check-in, I actually thought this was a real woman standing there in costume, with a little boy out there getting wet. Poor little boy, should be inside, getting wet like that. Dates here to the ship. Look at that, just check that out. Oh, look at this. Ships might not be to everyone's taste, but I absolutely love a good museum ship. This, for me, I love this. The SS Great Britain, states here Bristol as their home port. Look at this. So there are tours that you can do, but it's also self-guided as well. And the time is, what's the time? It's 10:30. So we've actually got quite a lot of time to mill around this area. We might come back out for like a coffee and whatnot, because the lunch that we've booked is on board the ship in what would have been the first class dining room. So, but that is not until 1 o'clock. So we've got quite some time to kill before that. Well, I say to kill, I mean, I'm really enjoying this. I mean, I don't know so much for kiddos, but yeah, look at this. Amazing. Like the crane there for loading things, unloading things. I don't know if it's just there for theming or whether it has an actual function. I don't know. Boat there again, I don't know if that's a mock-up. It just states here Great Britain. You can see it under the tarp. Bristol. Okay, if I start over filming a little bit, then apologies, because for me this is just so cool. Look at this. So to keep her in a good state of preservation, the Great Britain is in a dry dock, but I do like this glass effect over it, because obviously as the rain is catching it and whatnot, it actually does look like she's sitting in the sea, but she is actually in a dry dock. So that is pretty cool. Definitely won't be climbing up there. It's a dockyard museum as well. States here to the ship. So you go across that gangway on board onto the deck. Okay, those are just over here looking. So there's actually quite a lot of stuff here to, you know, there's all sorts of bits and pieces. You could almost like film a program here. Like a production here, like set in the 1800s. Oh look, there's a man up there like on like a pulley. What's he doing? Hello. We're going to head into the Dockyard Museum, and again states here to the ship. Alright, like I said, apologies if I overfilm things. Why can't I get in? Oh, push button. Okay, alright, I'm in. I did figure that out. I like where you came back because because I didn't appear at the door. Okay, so setting out, you are on your way to board SS Great Britain, one of the most exciting and important ships in history. You were following thousands of passengers and crew who set sail on this extraordinary vessel on voyages right around the world. All right, here we go, a little bit of info here. She was launched in 1843 and called the greatest experiment since the creation. No one had ever designed so vast a ship and had the courage to build her of iron. This is some information of her in where she wasn't in such good condition. Abandoned, the SS Great Britain. Working life lasted 90 years from 1843 until 1933. From 1886 she was moored as a hulk at Port Stanley in the Falkland Islands and used to store stocks of coal and wool. Oh, good job she was saved and rescued. Do you like all the sound effects and everything? You've got like people as if you're working in a real dock, which I think is really cool. I know, I was going to say you've got to follow the instructions. He's saying which way to turn it, isn't he? And the direction. Steady as you go, Mama Bear.
Well, we're not there yet because we're going northeast and he wants us going west.
Oh no! Come on! Oh, look at that. I wonder if that's like an original rudder. Oh look, and you can actually, someone's up there like lowering the propeller and stuff. Amazing. It's very cool. Look at that. Obviously that propeller is, you know, a replica, but I assume this would be an original rudder. Look at that. That's amazing. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know my absolute love of models. Look at this fantastic model of the Great Britain. That is so cool. Here's a like a plan drawing, if you will, of the ship's interior. Obviously all the like the engine room, boilers and whatnot. So you turn in the shaft all the way out to the propeller, or I think the technical word is a screw. Oh, and that would be that pulley system that inside that it would go up and down in.
I'm a Victorian girl.
How amazing. I think it suits you, Tilly. Don't you think? Tell you what.
Film me 12.
Do a twirl? Yeah. Okay. Of course, people didn't smile like in Victorian photos, did they? So.
Well, nobody smiled like me. Because cowboys never smile.
Oh, yes. I believe I was born to be in the Victorian period.
Mommy, that one.
Ba 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 ba. It was the Baker Gallery. Flash bang wallop. All right, so here in the museum, you can play you can play some dress up. Climb to the main top. Maximum 20 people. Hey. Hey, working aloft. Can you imagine working aloft from the ship's main mast, over 20 meters high above the deck, in all weathers, and often for hours at a time? No, not really. Good grief. It's 20 meters. 20 meters, that's about 60 feet, isn't it? I know that this isn't going to be 20 meters, obviously, but... Alright, here we have it. I am aloft on a replica mast. Hey.
I got my boarding card.
Oh, we've got a boarding card.
I'm Emma.
Okay, we'll have a... You're who? You're Emma?
Uh-huh.
All right, okay. You're who?
Passenger.
Just passenger.
Yeah.
Oh, and what's your name, Mama Bear?
Oh, he's called Herman.
Herman.
And I
Good
picked
name.
two that I quite liked.
Yeah.
This lady, Thomasine Williams, was from Red Roof.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then this one was a matron.
Oh, nice.
So I picked two.
Huh. We come up another level, says there, to the ship. So it is somewhat inclement. Hoods up, I think, everybody.
Hey, do you have your boarding card?
Right, we've got the boarding card. We're ready. Oh, yeah. This is awesome. Ready to board the ship.
Come on, guys.
Okay. Right, kiddos, be a bit cautious because it does state there slippery deck, okay? Right, let's step foot on the SS Great Britain. Welcome on board. Please take care while we work to de-ice the deck and make it safe. Goodness! Why is it raining? It's so windy. I didn't think that would be open. Right, let's go right up to the bow. Goodness! There's a bit of wind on the audio. Please do not swing the bell. Look at that. That is a bell for Great Britain. That's amazing. There we go. That bit is there. That's the bowsprit, as it would be called. Look at this. I'm on the bow of the Great Britain. Danger. Keep off. Yeah. Okay, so on a really nice day, actually, you can, there's little benches here, you can kind of appreciate it a little bit more. Shelley's taken the kiddos down below because it is, obviously it is very inclement, but like I said, this is a bucket list item for me, so I'm just going to brave it. You've got the funnel there. Hello. Oh, so you guys are just in here chilling. Yeah? How's your food? Looks very appetizing, I must say. Imagine just being penned up in here, like, as some sort of, like, animal. The ship's bridge. So the officers and whatnot would have been up on there, guiding the ship. And that's why they're called bridges. Like a ship's bridge. It's called a bridge because it literally was a bridge. Passengers must face the steps when ascending or descending with this ladder. Right, well, let's go up on board the bridge here of the Great Britain. So that bit's roped off. Can't get out to that edge. Oh, but this one is. Goodness, it's windy up here. So you think like the captain would be up here giving the orders, so we're going to face the stairs as we descend. The shorts here are a bit wet because of this weather. Here we go, we did it. The word posh comes from these days, and if you were a first class passenger, it was all to do with the sunrise and where the sun was in the sky. you would want to be on the port side of the ship going out, and you'd want to be on the starboard side of the ship coming home. So POSH stands for port, POSH, port out, starboard home. POSH, P-O-S-H, port out, starboard home. And what the crew and all did is that they would write port out, starboard home on the suitcases that you had, but they would abbreviate it and just write POSH. So you were a posh passenger because you could do the port out, starboard home. There you go, little fun fact. Lift. Oh, I see. So they've added like an accessible lift. Oh, that's quite handy to know. So actually, if you are in a wheelchair, you can utilise that lift, and it will take you down below. All right, good to know. I'm in. All right, okay, here we are. Look at this. Look at the ironwork here. Part of the frame of it all. Amazing. See all sorts of cases and whatnot. Oh yes. Oh, I could see myself in here, like baking bread. I'm not sure if that is particularly edible, but just check out this oven. Coal down there. Alright. I assume the galley. These delicious Victorian delights on display. Like trifle. Oysters. Some sort of decapitated head. Got your cutlery there lined up. Look at these little cupboards. I don't know if they open, but no, they're locked. Oh, member of the crew. He's taking care of some dishes, or maybe cleaning some potatoes or something. Oh no, he's got fish. He's got fish in there. Okay, he's eyeing up something.
You stupid cat, go after them.
Oh, look, there's a cat. That's what he's looking at. He's looking at the cat. What a fantastic museum. Oh, look, a pig head. Veg. Here, the water all boiling away, so I assume, I don't know, did they maybe put water or the veg in there? Obviously hot water, I assume. Come out to the other side. Like a coal store here, like a coal bunker. Like a pantry. Sorry, I'm just letting the video roll here because I might be, as stated, I might be over filming a little bit, but I absolutely love this. So apologies for the ridiculous amount of detail in here. Got a little porthole there for some light. Imagine being in here at sea. Amazing. Got some beef broth. Oh.
I've been hunting for you.
Okay, I think that might be a real person, not like a audio thing. I wonder if they've got any pasties in here. They must have a pasty somewhere. It's a butcher. Obviously preparing all the meat. Oh dear. Okay, so again, I assume crew quarters. 57th Regiment of Foot. Some names there, so proud to serve Her Majesty in the Crimea. Of course, yeah, I think this, although this is a civilian ship, it did get active service, I believe, in the Crimea, where we had a dispute with Russia, and of course because we're British, we soundly beat them. Okay, moving along to the next cabin now, so I assume not for Crimea, I assume this would just be some sort of, what's it say there? Chief Steward. Alright, so this was the Chief Steward's cabin. It's got this little sink there, I can step in a little bit. It's got his sink. Oh, I mean, I suppose ultimately it would be very comfortable. You've got your bunk, a little bit of storage on top, a little bit of light, so yeah, nice. And right next door to him there's a bathroom. So you can come in here, I assume, like lock the door, states there bathroom, and you can get yourself a bath. I don't know whether this would be strictly crew quarters or whether this would be passengers as well. I'm not 100% sure on that front, because again, if it can, I assume that if that was accessible, that would be open. Yes, that's locked, so those cabins are locked. There's the bathroom, as in terms of like the toilet. And it's clamped down, so that'll be your toilet on board or your head. There's a little, very narrow cabin in here. There's some more like steps leading down in a minute, and I assume this is another cabin, very, very narrow. Is that someone being sick? Oh dear. Oh yeah. Okay, just stepping back into the engine room. Look, there's some swarthy engineers over there, look. Yeah? You enjoying this? Because this is like amazing. I'm really enjoying this. Look at this geek thing.
We want to show you something.
Okay. Oh no, that's alright, we can wait. Okay, I'm coming. Just want to look at this a minute. Look at engine speed. Must not exceed 2 RPM when entering or leaving port. Oh, okay, so look at that geek thing. Imagine how loud. I think people forget how absolutely loud it would be. That would be where the engineers would hear the instructions from the bridge. Okay, so I've got to film you pushing the door, have I?
Would you mind going away?
Oh.
This lavatory is occupied already. Just go away.
Oh, okay, sir. We'll find another one. Get some more cabins now on the other side. I assume. Look at that firearm. Hope that's got a license. Yeah, so I assume a bunk. 1, 2. So that would have, yeah. So a couple of people in here. Yeah. Look. Oh, look, a monkey. Cheeky little monkey. Okay, back in the other side. We were stood over there a minute ago, and there's like more control levers and all here. Again, your little like hearing thing, so you can listen to what the captain or officer of the watch is instructing you to do. Some like tools and stuff, a little can of oil. Oh, it's like liftable. I would have thought it would have been clamped down. Think how amazing the Industrial Revolution was. And I know that like with, I don't know, things like climate change and blah 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 and pollution in the earth, I know that we're obviously paying the price for that a little bit, but what an amazing time. Oh, what are we doing? Where are we going? Oh yeah, yeah.
Make some bread.
Let's make some bread. What, which loaf did you make?
I made
This one, okay. And you're making the dough up, AJ, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, probably the end product doesn't go back in with the dough. We're gonna go down another deck. So this, in a little while, apparently Shelley's checked this out. This is where we go and dine. I don't know what all this is. Oh, okay. Goodness. It's very dark in here. Oh, here we go. So this is like the hold where all the, oh, look at that. Look at the size of that, like, space. There's a poor little horse there. Oh, 2 horses.
Why are there horses here?
Why are there horses here? Well, they probably perform some sort of function, baby. They're all harnessed up to something, aren't they? There's more over there, another horse. look at the size of this space. That's amazing, isn't it? Again, I assume like all your stores and provisions and whatnot. I think AJ's a little bit freaked out by the darkness. Let's go. We can only get here anyway. But yeah, check this out. This is amazing.
Whoa.
There's a back view there or another view rather, of those like working horses. Again, I'm not 100% sure what their function was. Can't see a placard anywhere to say what they did. Oh, definitely wouldn't want to put to sea currently because there's gate holes in the ship. Look at it. Okay, a little bit of restoration work required. Okay, I think we were a bit disorientated. Shelbell thought that the dining room was in this section, but that was the hold. But that was very interesting to see. But we'll find the dining room later. I think what we're going to do is actually jump off of the ship a minute, get a coffee somewhere. Well, not and come back on board for our dinner at the appropriate time. Because how long have we got? About an hour and a half before breakfast. Make that lunch. So I think we're going to head back out into the elements, go grab a coffee somewhere. There was a coffee like just outside of there somewhere, and then we'll be back for our lunch. Stepped outside of the gift shop and whatnot, and there's the ship obviously, and here it says Harbourside Kitchen, so we're just going to go and get a beverage.
Oh, we opened it.
Got some beverages here, and they got some sandwiches. We're not in the market for food. Kiddos might have a packet of crisps or something just because they are getting a bit hungry. And we've got some baked goods here. We've got some cookies, shortbreads, all sorts of treats there. All right, so yeah. So what we've booked in for is the Sunday roast aboard the SS Great Britain, but evidently it's not every Sunday. It's more of a monthly thing. So just by happenstance, we were here on this weekend. So obviously there, as of a recording of this, it will be a week or so later for you guys watching it. So yeah, this isn't an every Sunday event. This is just a few times per year. Our warming hot chocolates have arrived. We opted for cream and marshmallows. You got the same. Didn't opt for a coffee or a tea. We wanted something that would warm us up. You got a little packet of crisps. You've got a little packet of crisps. You've got little pom bears just to tide you over until our dinner later. And you've both got a little beverage. Yeah, nice. I've just utilised the facilities here in this cafe, and what you don't see every day anymore is these cisterns that are like up there with like a, you know, you literally, oh yeah. Sorry, that fascinated me more than it should have. All done with our little hot chocolate break. Now what we're going to do is something even more exciting. We're actually going to go underneath this glorious vessel. There is a little access way, and it will take you down into the dry dock so that you can look at the ship from below. So I must say, the effect is brilliant with this Perspex roof, because again, when it's raining, it really does look like you are underwater. Look at this view here. Obviously the ship is supported by these like props and whatnot. Awesome. We're going to work our way towards the very front and then go backwards. So what did you say? So these holes did you say some of the holes were purposely put in?
Put in it.
Yeah.
When it originally sunk, so pre-1970.
Yeah.
They purposely put holes in it to sink it, to stop it floating away.
Right, so when it was in the Falkland Islands?
Yeah.
Because it was just a hulk, wasn't it?
And then in the 1970s, they floated it.
Yeah.
It was a British, German, Falklands team effort.
Yeah.
And they brought it back to Bristol, which
Yeah.
was quite nice because that's obviously where it started.
Yeah, so it would have been transported on almost like the back of another ship, wouldn't it? Yeah, because obviously this wouldn't have been seaworthy. It wouldn't be seaworthy anymore. Please be careful. This dry dock was built in 1839. The floors may be slippery and uneven. 1839. This dry dock was built. You can see like some original steps leading up. Obviously before that, like modern stairway was put in for our benefit. Check this out, this is awesome. And gonna pan the camera up, ready for the big reveal. There is the underwater side part of the bow. Kind of like shear it, you know, like that sort of, it's amazing, isn't it? Like how that would just like cut its way through the water. It really is super cool, and it's really fantastic that we are like given the opportunity to come into this dry dock and go underneath. There are some rails, so yeah, so it looks like you can like walk around. Obviously it did state that it's all uneven because it's such an old dock, dry dock, but yeah, check this out. Nothing's roped off here. I mean, you literally can come right in underneath the ship here. Look at this. Literally underneath the Great Britain. Amazing. It looks so fragile, yet it really is like solid. That is so cool. Here's some information that Shelley was saying. So for scuttling holes, this row of holes was struck through the ship's bottom in order to make her sink. She was sunk or scuttled in Sparrow Cove in the Falkland Islands when she was abandoned in 1937. So, yeah, so these holes, yeah, bashed in, yeah, I know you did tell me. The crack. This great crack, crudely patched with steel in the 1970s in preparation for the salvage, appeared in the ship's side after she was abandoned. If she had not been rescued, the effect of winds and tides could have broken her in half. Oh, so there's like, oh yeah, look, there's, yeah, get cracked there in the side of the ship. And these are the patches that were put on to keep the ship together. Gosh, it's quite fascinating to think how close we came to losing this ship, because it was the same with HMS Warrior. She was used as some sort of like storage hulk, I believe, in the Falklands or something like that.
Bigger holes are the ones that they need, because they look a bit more intentional, don't they?
They do look intentional, yeah. And there is the propeller. Now this is going to be a replica propeller. This is not going to be the original, nor is that rudder. These are going to be replicas because the originals presumably wouldn't have survived, or maybe the rudder is the original rudder rather. Maybe it is the one on display inside that museum. But yeah, so this would have been the, you know, the size of the original propeller. It's pretty amazing, I've got to be honest. It's quite you think like engineering, I mean, it was, well, it still is quite the feat, but it was certainly quite the feat back then.
Brunel made the stop join the rudder part way back from its forward edge. This means that some of the...
Okay, that was really interesting underneath there. All the sort of dehumidifiers on the go to keep the ship as dry as possible and whatnot. I'm just going to walk along this quay because I want to get that money shot of the ship looking back towards the bow. Yeah, look at that. I think that's the thumbnail right there, maybe. States there, Brunel's SS Great Britain. And there she is. What a fantastic viewpoint. Yeah, that is awesome. It's like a little viewing platform with like the optimal place to... Oh yeah, that is fantastic. Brilliant, love that. And there's actually more than just the ship to see. There's so much stuff here. You've got the rigger's yard, load of information about all of that, mainmast, foremast, all this sort of information about, I suppose, just the sort of industry of the day and whatnot. Right, we've got about 10 minutes to find our the dining room. I believe the first class dining room is at the rear of the ship, so we're going to go and find that and hopefully enjoy a first class roast dinner in the first class dining room. Oh yeah, oh yes, I was made for greatness. You singing a sea shanty? Hey, evidently we have found the first class dining room. Oh yes, this is magnificent. Even a place where you can leave your coats. Okay, we've just hung up our coats because, you know, I mean, first class passengers, I mean, we wouldn't be having like our dripping wet coats on our chairs. What a unique dining experience. I've got to be honest, we're going to just check in here. The gentleman there was just with the party in front of us, so yeah, this is awesome. We have been seated at table 5. It's kind of, we're almost like family style in a way, because I expect there'll be another group there beside us on the table. The kiddos were fascinated that the napkins were shaped like boats, which I think is quite cool. Here we go, Sunday roast menu. Starters, leek and potato soup. So we've opted for the 2 courses, haven't we?
So I start and mains, or mains and dessert.
Yeah, I expect we'll do mains and dessert, maybe. Yeah, I would have thought so. So pan-fried chicken breast with red currant jelly, sounds amazing. Welsh lamb, don't like lamb. Not struck on that as a meat. Mushroom, okay, so it's going to be the chicken, definitely. All served with roast potatoes, Yorkshire pudding. So basically all the trimmings you'd expect on a classic British roast dinner. Pigs in blankets for £5. All right. I might get some lights like that at home in our dining room. In fact, we could refurbish our dining room like this. Don't you think that would be amazing?
But I need to make it boat themed.
Boat themed? We can do that. Okay, now Tilly was the only one that opted for starters, which means because we bought a 2-course meal, it means that she doesn't get a dessert. But we did give her several choices to, or opportunities rather, to change her mind.
This is chicken liver.
But she opted for the pate. So she's got like her little toast there, and she's got a chicken liver pate. So,
Enjoy.
all right, enjoy, Tilly. Okay, Tilly is not so much into the idea now. I think she's kind of changed her mind, but she has kind of gone beyond the point of no return, as it were, because she's ordered it. So, right, like I said, enjoy. Right, our mains has arrived, so we've got a Yorkshire pudding there. I assume like cranberry sauce. Here's the chicken. We've all opted for chicken. The other option was lamb. We're not really into lamb. And there is the bowl of vegetables, which I must say all looks very good. And some cauliflower cheese, which yeah, looks nice.
So do you want some cauliflower cheese?
Oh, and here's the gravy. I must say the vegetables do look lovely. This is my dinner fully assembled. Yes, looking forward to this. I like the logo here on the plate. Steamship Great Britain in the Latin bit, and it says saloon. I like that. Obviously a replica plate, and it's proved all too much for AJ.
Do we look like those people?
This delicious looking chocolate pot has arrived, obviously some edible flowers on top, and like this wafer, like pastry thing. AJ's got the same. He started his. You opted for the
seasonal fruit crumble with creme anglaise.
excellent. And Tilly? Oh, you had the starters. Yes. Is it good? Yeah? It is good, isn't it? Very rich. Lovely. And Matilda's, how is your dessert? Oh, wait. I'm not that cruel. I actually do give her most of mine. So she did end up with a dessert. Just on our way out, I'm loving these, like, portraits of these people. Again, I assume that the people who restored the ship have obviously restored it in a way that was, Oh, he's a composer, isn't he? Who's he? Oh, darn it. I can't remember what he's called, but I think he's quite famous. Right, loving the carpet too. Again, like I said, I assume the people who restored the ship have done their homework. Just looking at how close the first class dining room was to these engine things. AJ's just utilising the bathroom, and I did pop in just a video of this old-fashioned facility. AJ was fascinated by the old-fashioned toilet, again the old like pull chain, and the fact that it was all like wood and whatnot. Just step through into this office. Look at him, like he looks very angry at that man. I don't know what he's done, but he looks like he's having a bit of a telling off. I don't know if this is, it's like, I don't know who these people are, like maybe they're just navigating, or whether they're like whether he's like a purser, or yeah, I don't know where Mummy and Tilly have gone. Come this way a minute, Age. Maybe they're... No, oh, there's a piano there, you can have a little look. So presumably this is going to be more of the first class. This would be my impression, because this looks a lot more... Oh, see, it's surgery hours. So is he like the doctor or something on board? Hello. Loving your fine beard. Yeah, it does state they're ship surgeon. So obviously this crew member has had a wound on his forearm and he's being patched up. He's got a couple of little beds there for the sick. Yeah, so this now is heading right to the back end of the ship. So yeah, so these are all going to be like the quarters, like I don't know if they're like first class or like captain's quarters, that type of thing. But this is that view out from those windows there, right on the stern.
I see. So you're the little gent who's been stealing my socks, eh?
No, I haven't stolen any socks, sir.
You're not going to get away with it this time.
Goodness!
That was my last pair.
Let's see what's in this one. I do love a good explore. Yeah, so these are going to be... Oh no, there's a barber there, look. Barber and post. Notice of quarantine. No person is to enter this cabin other than with permission of the surgeon. Okay, so evidently this would be a quarantined sort of zone. There's a little cabin here with some kiddos and a mum enjoying their voyage. Okay, you're all probably getting really bored with this video now. If you're still watching, good job. But I personally, I'm just fascinated by this. This is amazing. I find this so awesome. You know, step inside this cabin. I mean, they certainly were very small. Very small cabins, very small beds. I don't think I could even fit up there. I think we're done on board the ship. We're going to head up now and go into the shop because there's a few items that we want to pick up. Oh, nearly tripped. Goodness. Just one final look here on the deck. Actually, although it's very, very grey. Look at that cloud over there. It's very, very grey, but actually it's not raining, so that's nice. It's nice to be outside and it's dry. Yeah. Did you guys earlier on walk all the way to the back, to the wheel? What are you doing?
That's what it will be like if you're actually driving a ship.
You right?
This is how I walk on slippery decks.
So kiddos, have you enjoyed the SS Great Britain?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, it's gonna oh yes, it's raining. It's gonna dump down rain heavily, I think, because that cloud is very grey. Right, kiddos, let's get off the ship and head into the shop. Have you enjoyed the Great Britain?
Apart from the weather.
Apart from the weather, well, I was going to say the weather. Whoa, AJ down. AJ is down. Oh yes, hoods up. Hoods up, kiddos. Goodness! Oh! It's like being in the middle of the Atlantic. At sea. Open the door, Tilly. Get the door. Every man for himself. Every child, every woman for themselves. Okay, it is chucking it down. This is definitely the heaviest it's been, and we've got to walk all the way over to that building. So the question is, do we kind of just stay here for a minute, or do we make a dash for it?
Let's make a dash for it.
You two want to make a dash? What about you, Mama Bear? Get my hood back up. Okay, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Well, there it is. SS Great Britain. Highly recommend. Fantastic. Right, so we're just in the shop now. We made a dash through all that rain. Lots of bits and pieces here. You've got obviously like books here that are more child friendly and whatnot. And some like candy canes. Some like lollipops. Alright. Black cherry lollipop. Interesting. Some mugs here. Oh, there's loads of stuff. Like I said, I'm not going to show every single thing belonging to the shop because that would be a little bit ridiculous. What you got? The Book of Sea Shanties. Some little models here. Okay, right, well, we'll have a little look round and maybe we'll show you the few little bits that we purchased. We'll show you them later on as part of our outro. Oh, you can buy one of these. Amazing. Well, what a fantastic experience. We really could have probably, you could probably browse around for a lot longer. I mean, we were here for quite a few hours and we did see just about everything. There's probably a few little odd bits that we missed, but you know, when you got like young ones, I mean, to be fair, actually both AJ and Matilda really enjoyed the SS Great Britain. So yeah, if you guys are in Bristol, you've never been on board the ship, you don't know if younger kids are going to enjoy it, I think they probably will enjoy it. Our kids certainly did. We are now going to head back to the car. We've got about a 25-minute walk back to the parking structure, which is right next door to where we stayed for the last couple of nights. And then we're going to brave the weather, drive back home, and I think probably we'll do our intro from the comfort of our couch and kind of sum up the weekend. So that's what we're going to do. Head into the car. I'm just laughing at this boat here called the Misconduct. It's got a helicopter on top. There's a side view there of the Misconduct. Someone there looking out at me. A mannequin. having been in Bristol for the past couple of days, so close to Weston-super-Mare, it would be remiss of us if we didn't go to Tim Hortons. Now, in terms of like the UK, we've only ever been to the Tim Hortons in Plymouth. This one was considerably easier to get to, so let's head into Tim Hortons and grab ourselves a coffee. Welcome. They're so friendly in Canada, aren't they, that they put like a welcome thing there. See you tomorrow. Well, unfortunately not, but oh, I like the look of this one. This is very nice. This is quite a nice Tim Hortons actually. This is I think a little bit nicer than the one in Plymouth, I've got to be honest. Right, let's we're not gonna like have a geek load of food, but basically we get ourselves a beverage. Ah, yes. Do love Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons message to Tim Hortons. Come to Truro. Or Penzance. Anywhere in Cornwall. I'll even settle for Newquay.
See you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. Apart from we won't be here. It's a few days later, isn't it?
It is.
Really enjoyed our little trip up to Bristol.
We had a lovely time actually, and it was a really lovely city. So I had not been to Bristol since I was a child. We don't think it has ever been to Bristol.
No.
But
Not
actually,
the city centre, no.
It's a really lovely city. Really, if you're thinking about somewhere to go for like a UK city break, I would highly recommend it.
Yeah.
There was something for everyone.
It had a bit of character. I like it. It seemed fairly chilled when we were there. It didn't seem overly busy.
It's a very green
pedestrian
city.
friendly. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's lots of public transport.
Loving your t-shirt there, by the way. Sorry, just caught my eye.
Lots of public transport, lots of walking routes, really set up for people to walk through the city and not have to drive your car. There is a green air tax in Bristol, so if you are driving in, then just check on the gov.uk website to see if your car is one of the ones that needs to pay
whatever the normal, whatever the
tax. And they will get you. So if you don't pay it, anything, no one will notice. They've got cameras everywhere that you just don't notice. So you will get a letter in the post. If you don't pay it.
Yeah, it was a good weekend. Glad we did it. For me, a bucket list. This video. Sorry, this video is quite long. But for me,
sorry but not sorry.
But for me, going on board the Great Britain was a bucket list item. So I was definitely thrilled. And actually, the amount of editing it took, because I probably filmed double the amount of footage than
every bulkhead, every screw.
So a huge amount was actually cut down. I really kind of kept it as, in inverted commas, as sort of concise as I could, but it did end up being a bit of a rambling vlog, so sorry, not sorry. I enjoyed doing it anyway.
But I liked the hotel that we stayed at.
Yeah, it was a bit quirky inside, wasn't it?
I booked that myself, obviously through my travel business. Got it really good rates because of being a travel agent. So if that's something you're interested in, pop a comment in the description. We can get in touch and explain how we do that. But it was a lovely, lovely hotel actually. I really liked it. It was a bit different but comfortable. I think some of the TripAdvisor reviews had said that the rooms were quite cold, but when we got there, they put extra heaters in the rooms.
We had to turn the heaters off.
So I think they've definitely taken on board previous comments that have been left. We had a very comfortable stay. Our room was huge. You know, it felt a little bit private because of the wall in the middle, so where the kids were.
They enjoyed that, didn't they? Yeah. Like scrambling through the square cutout window shape in the wall.
But it was a lovely, all in all, it was a lovely stay.
Yeah, definitely.
But I would go back to Bristol.
Yeah, and I think we will. But we also want to go back to Bath. And we haven't been to Bath for a few years. Certainly we haven't been there while we were vlogging anyway. So we will go back to Bath at some point. Maybe kind of incorporate the two. Maybe stay in Bath. Maybe go into Bristol. I don't know. We'll figure something out. I don't know when. Just putting it out there probably in the next few months, maybe even next year, who knows, I don't know. At some point.
At some point in the future.
At some point in the future.
We will go.
But what I do know is, it's the end of this rambling video. So I do hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to do all the usual YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, smash the bell. Check us out on all of our socials, at The Bright Side. So from us to you, cheers.
And
gone.